Hello, everybody. I bet you're wondering, why do we begin with a kick to the face, right? Here's how we begin with a kick to the face. That's how all you CM Punk fans felt by Tony Khan when he made that announcement last night that he had to make the hardest decision of his 30-plus year career and fire CM Punk because CM Punk put him in a situation where he felt like his life was in jeopardy. I am the executive consultant, joined today by Dan the Man and Big Daddy Cool. AEW All Out predictions. Is it All Out or All In? I can't remember which one it is. Dan the Man, you're
all
the AEW. Okay, All Out.
It's called All Fired.
All Fired.
Pretty much.
Out of a job.
Oh my gosh. We are here. Hey, this is an unusual crew. Dan the Man from Impact Wrestling. Myself as well as Big Daddy Cool bring you every third week or something the Unpopular Review Wrestling podcast. And we are two of the biggest AEW fans here. Let's just go ahead and discuss this. Anything we want to start off before?
Wait. You just said two. Oh, there's three of us here.
Right. Clearly.
Two of us are the biggest AEW fans.
Right. We're definitely not talking about you.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah. So, would y'all want to discuss anything before we get down to the card?
Oh, how about the fact that CM Punk got fired? How about that? Let's start with that. Let's talk about CM Punk wrongly being terminated for defending himself when a vanilla midget attacked him after his match. Go ahead.
Listen. At the end of the day,
I'm listening.
I was very disappointed that Punk got fired, but I understand the reasoning behind it. And what it ultimately comes down to is it's 2023. You cannot get in your boss's face and threaten him. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. When did Jungle Jim become CM Punk's boss?
Well, Tony Khan was right there. CM Punk was yelling vitriol at him, screaming, I quit. And, monitors were knocked over. And they had to have him separated from Tony Khan.
Here, look, I'm gonna do a role play. This was Tony Khan's this is his hostile work environment. Hey, Tony, get this vanilla midget out of my face.
But listen.
And
I
that's
can
how
understand.
He felt
I can understand if this was the one time this has happened. You're talking about twice in a year this has happened. And there's already plenty of people in the backstage that don't like him.
CM Punk did not ask for the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega to come in and attack his dog.
He
was eating muffins. He was eating muffins in his locker room with Ace. What's his face? Ace from Hardware. He was sitting right. He was sitting eating muffins in his room, just minding his own business. Very tough match, main event, because that's what main eventers do. The Young Bucks wouldn't know anything about that, or Kenny Omega. Putting butts in seats. He's tired. He sold a lot of merch, sold a lot of ice cream. And here they come all angry. Bang, 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 bang. Nah, come in. What are you punks doing here? Hey, wait, wagging their fingers. What hostile work environment? Where's the hostile work environment when these bozos ran into his dressing room and confronted him? Threw a chair. That poor Matt. Who was it that ate the chair? Matt Hardy? Matt Jackson? I don't know. It doesn't matter. And now, again, CM Punk's minding his own business, walks back after his match. And this bozo, he's just getting ready for his match. I'm next up. Want to see how a show gets started, guys? Let's go. And then Jungle Jim decides to walk in, the vanilla midget that he is. His greatest claim to fame is that his father banged somebody, and he showed up. And he walks through the curtain. What you got? You got something to say about that? Shut up, bozo! You're a clown. And he puts this guy in a headlock. Obviously, after he gets pushed, by the way. Right, Dan? That's how it went down. So, who's really the aggressor? Everybody in that locker room hates this man.
They do.
And that's the reason that he's got a case for hostile work environment and wrongful termination. I hope he ends up owning AEW after this.
I think that's why they brought in the multitude of attorneys and the outside sources and things, because they wanted to make sure that no matter what happened, they were covering it. CYA, cover your ass. And they're making sure they covered their ass. They didn't make a knee-jerk reaction. They did what they had to do. And I'm a firm believer that there's a large contingent of talent from the back that said, Tony, if you don't do this, we're out. And you don't want, let's say, 5 to 10 of your big performers saying no when all over one guy. Let's be honest, he's been getting booed out of the building for the past month. I mean, he has.
He has. I'll give you that, Dan. But I can argue that this has been a smear campaign by the elite to bury the man because they know that he's a genuine draw. And since the All Out last year, remember Brawl Out?
Yep.
Who can forget? They've been burying the guy on BTE with Dave Meltzer, with Brian Alvarez, anybody that will write a dirt bomb about the guy. And there's his friends that say, no, he's cool. He's cool. You got even people that aren't his friends. They're like mentees to the guy. You got what's her name? The one you love, Chris. What's the big one? The Amazon.
Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill loves CM Punk. You never hear her talking trash. Oh, CM Punk's. I love CM Punk. She says this in interviews because she listens to the guy. He's got wisdom. But you got these bozos, Matt and Jack, whatever their names are. They think they know everything, running around, smearing the guy. So they bury him. They bury their meal ticket. The one guy that is a legit draw in this company. Not Adam Page, not Omega, not the Bucks. Check the ratings every time the Young Bucks show up on Dynamite, whether they go up or down. And I can tell you, boo! The one guy. And they buried him. And yeah, you're right. They got to a point where everybody just turned on him and said, you know what? Fuck this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the ratings dictate that CM Punk was as big of a draw as we're saying he is. I think he was a draw. But the Collision ratings are really in the tubes at this point. And being completely real, they're in the worst time slot they could possibly be on. A Saturday on prime time. It's a joke. It's a joke. And the fact that they're even putting up anywhere near 500,000 viewers, I think is amazing. But now they're running up against college football. They're going to get slaughtered on that. You're running up against premium live events from WWE. You're going to get hurt by that. It's not a good idea. And they're going to have to figure out a way to move from Saturday nights if they want to start to gain any traction here.
No, there's no other night really they can view on except for maybe Thursdays. It's not going
Thursday.
You have Dynamite on Wednesday and Collision on Thursday. I mean, it's a possibility, but I don't know. Unless you want to have it from the same little small arena each and every single Wednesday and Thursday. But let's talk about CM Punk later. He is gone. He is out. We're talking about All Out tonight. And we'll actually come back to talk about CM Punk because I do have some questions on that. But we have to hurry this up because we got to be done by 11 o'clock because immediately after this, ladies and gentlemen, we have our review show for last night's WWE Payback Premium Live event that happened from the great city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Will All Out be better than Payback was last night? A little controversy, but we'll talk about it later, whether or not Payback was better. Let's talk about the first match we're going to talk about, which is 0 Hour, which is Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, and Mercedes Martinez and Diamante versus Hikaru Shida, Willow Nightingale, and Sky Blue. We'll start with Big Daddy Cool because I know how much you love the Ring of Honor brand as well as the 6 women that are in this match.
I love Ring of Honor. What are you talking about? Look at this. I got a Marty Skrull shirt on. I love Ring of Honor. It's great. Put this graphic back on because I don't know the 6 people that are on this goddamn show.
Yeah, that's my point. Athena, Mercedes Martinez, Diamante versus Hikaru Shida.
Mercedes Martinez. When was the last time she was on AEW television?
She was on, I want to say, a Dynamite.
You don't know, Chris. Stop lying. You don't even know. Nobody knows. What's the background story between these guys? Why are they angry? Are they fighting for a belt?
So that will go to our AEW Ring of Honor correspondent and specialist, which is Dan the Man, because I can't see Miko this one intelligently. Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure this one out.
Hold up. I got it right here. I read it.
Oh,
okay.
Sky Blue came through the back after a match and said, "Hey, you want to look at something?" You staring at something, and then Willow Nightingale put her in a headlock. That's the origin right there. Who's going to win this match?
Did you just make that up?
Yes, he definitely did. You'll get used to Big Daddy Cool's way of reporting here. I mean, reporting with a punchline at its finest is always Big Daddy Cool.
I'm just going to go with Shida, Nightingale, and Blue.
I'm going to go with the champion. I'm going to say Athena. Diamante still got a job? Holy shit. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I thought she got lost in the Sunny Kiss debacle. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. Well, good for them. You know what? Who wins? Everybody. Because look, at least they still got a job. You know who doesn't?
Oh, here we go. God in heaven. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sunny Kiss doesn't have a job either.
Sunny Kiss, I understand, no longer is under AEW contract. I was told that.
He was terminated. Did the Discipline Council figure that one out too?
AEW Collision can't compete with college football. This is true. I'm not looking good for AEW Collision. Great city. Ha 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 ha. Don't insult Pittsburgh. And Carl Sheeta, Sky Blue, and Willow Nightingale win. Okay.
I agree.
Speaking of great cities, Chicago is the home of AEW All Out tonight, as well as AEW Collision, AEW Rampage, and AEW Dynamite because they love them some Chicago.
It's overkill. It's really overkill at this point.
Yeah, I would say it's overkill while I was watching Collision last night, and the Acclaim came out. And you know that part where he goes, Chicago. I'm like, you just did this 2 days ago, bro. Like,
he did.
Yeah, he's going to do it again tonight.
Yeah, I just don't understand. They've been in Chicago 7 times already this year. I mean, I'm not trying to be. I really think it's been that many times. I don't know.
It's because of one CM Punk.
Yeah.
Okay, the Pepsi Man, but either way. You know, I think that was 0 hour. Is there another 0 hour match?
I'm not sure, but we're going to talk about Eddie Kingston, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Champion, as well as the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Shibata, versus the Ring of Honor World Champion, Claudio Castagnoli, who I like to call Antonio Cesaro, as well as Wheeler Yuta, who last night on Collision from Dynamite decided to take a few uppercuts from the Ring of Honor World Champion. Dan the Man, are you excited going into this match? I know you're a big fan of one Eddie Kingston.
No, I'm not excited about this match, and I begrudgingly.
Sorry to insult you.
I'm not excited about this. I'm looking at this card, and I'm barely excited about any of it. And this is the first pay-per-view I can actually genuinely say that because everything was thrown together on the fly. Nothing makes any sense. This is a joke. This is basically a glorified 2-night episode of Dynamite. I don't understand why they've done this, and listen, I love AEW. I do. I just think this is a fail. This is a fail. I'm interested to see how it goes down tonight, and I will buy this. I will buy this against my better judgment because I'm interested to see the dumpster fire that could unfold in Chicago.
Yeah, I felt the same way at WCW at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a bad show. I think the Chicago crowd is going to literally blitz the show. And that's what I'm firmly like. I need to see how this unfolds. But anyways, it's going to be Kingston
on next season's episodes of Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah. Oh, it might be. It might be. It definitely might be. Yeah, I'm going to go with Kingston and Shibata for this.
I'm going to follow up with Dan, and I'm going to go with Eddie and Hats.
I think Yuta takes the fall.
Put the graphic back up. It says Hats. The guy's last name is Hats.
Hatsuyori.
Hats. There you go, Hats.
I was wondering what you were talking about. Shibata.
Why is everybody looking so angry?
Well, Eddie Kingston's on the card. That automatically makes people look angry.
He's living his best life right now, Eddie Kingston.
He might be living his best life. He looked like he's been to a few old countries, but here's my thing. I I'm not a fan of this match. I'm not a fan of Eddie Kingston. I have never been a fan of Eddie Kingston. I think he's overrated. He's good on the microphone, yes. There is a certain passion with him, yes. But his wrestling skills, and I'm not saying that it needs to be, Daniel Bryan out there, but I can't get it. I can't get with him. And Wheeler Yuta hurts the BCC. And something else hurts the BCC, and I'll talk about it a little bit later. But Wheeler Yuta hurts the BCC. When you really have a promo and Antonio Cesaro is just beating the hell out of you, say everybody beats up Yuta. We beat him up every single day, but he gets right back up. That's not helping your faction. So
how do you have a Blackpool Combat Club when not a single one of them is from Blackpool?
Well, you already know why.
No,
you want them to change the name now that Regal's gone?
I think they need.
They've improved since Regal left. To be honest with you, huh?
I think they need to blow up the stable.
Really?
I do.
I'm with Dan.
Next match we're going to talk about to keep it moving is for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. The television champion Samoa Joe defends against Shane Taylor. For all those who are not familiar with Shane Taylor, he was very big in Ring of Honor, especially with the Trios group. Now it's going over to Ring of Honor /AEW Television to compete for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, which is currently held by Samoa Joe. Shane Taylor, who was on this very program not too long ago, talking about his Ring of Honor career. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Big Daddy Cool. I haven't made any predictions. The Babyfaces won the 0 hour, and I believe that Eddie Kingston and Shiobata are going to win the match after that. This match, I'll lead off by saying I think Samoa Joe is still his championship to lose. He's not going to lose to Shane Taylor. This is more of a tryout for Shane Taylor to see if they're going to keep him around. But Samoa Joe picks up the victory and continues to be Ring of Honor World Champion. Big Daddy Cool, what you got?
Oh, Tony Khan going to fire everybody now, right? Oh, Shane Taylor going to lose and now he's going to get fired too? Terminated? I see what's up to Mr. Tony Khan. Listen, you're not going to have Samoa Joe take 2 L's in a row. So I'm going to go with Joe. Also, let's be real. Tony Khan, not the friendliest to
I was going to mention this.
Here we go. We go.
So, Tony Khan doesn't know how to book people of color. So,
no, I do think that it's inevitable that we will be getting an African-American champion at some point. I don't think there's been an African-American that's held. Well, Hobbs had the TNT title for a very, very, very short time.
So did somebody else, Scorpio Sky. Okay. Had the television champion.
So,
your former AEW tag team champions were the Acclaimed. Right before FTR said, "Hey,
any singles titles? There hasn't been
the TNT champion has been twice African American,
but there's not really been a notable run, and I don't.
There's not been a notable one. No,
I don't think that is due to any racial.
Well, actually, no, because to a certain extent, you can say Jade Cargill.
So I don't think. As far as the men go, I don't think that's due to any kind of racial thing. I think it's if you look at the African Americans that are in AEW right now, there's really no one that is
no standout
yet to stand out.
Correct. I agree with you.
That's the problem. So
when they just let Sonny Kiss go.
Anyways, let's move on from that.
No, Big Daddy Cool looked like he wanted to say something. What do you got to
say? Powerhouse was getting some momentum. And then they pulled the rug out from under him. Jade was getting some momentum, and they didn't do anything with it. Tony Khan doesn't know how to book black people. Let's be real.
Jade Cargill definitely got a really, really nice run. I don't like the way it ended.
Who did she put over with it?
Who did she put over?
Right. Who did you? So the reason that you build her up is eventually to get her up, right? You're pushing her, but then you want to also feed that win to somebody. You kind of wasted the win by just giving it to, who was it? Sheeta?
Chris
Statlander. You're right. So
I think Jade Cargill should have lost last week at All In. I don't think she should have lost in I beat everybody. I'll take on any challenger.
Are you and me too?
Stupidest.
Are you black?
Oh my gosh.
There we go. I'm just giving him all the fodder. I'm just feeding the fire.
But next match we're going to talk about is for the AEW World Trios Championship, the Acclaim and Daddy Ass versus Jeff Jarrett, Santam Singh, and Jay Lethal. And every time.
And Dennis Rodman.
God,
is that right?
That.
Wait,
every time.
Put that graphic back.
Is that really Dennis Rodman?
That is Dennis Rodman.
Yes, Dennis Rodman is supposed to be in the corner of the Acclaim. Now, every time
he's not in North Korea with Kim Jong-un, he is in Chicago at an AEW event. Okay.
Wow. So let me get this straight. CM Punk doesn't have a job at AEW, but Dennis Rodman does have a job at AEW.
Here we go.
Wow.
Look,
okay. All right.
Dennis Rodman is a relic from a time where WCW was very, very popular. Tony Khan obviously was a WCW fan growing up. So he sees stuff like that. Expect to see Jay Lethal at Full Gear. Look, all I'm saying is, right? Not Jay Lethal, Jay Leno. All I'm saying is,
hey, okay.
What? Jay Leno, right? Did he have like a main event, WCW main event?
With Karl Malone.
He did. It rode, no.
It rode
that
wild.
was Match at the Beach, what you're thinking about. But yeah, it rode wild. It was him and DDP against Hogan and
oh my God, this guy's like an encyclopedia like you,
dude,
Chris.
Who was it? And was it the Disciple? Was that who? I don't even remember.
I don't know because no one cares. And no one cares about the daggone guy in the background. Unless y'all point him out, I would have left it alone. But the Acclaim obviously is going to pick up the victory. Jeff Jarrett, Lethal, and Singh are always there just to put over whoever the champions are so they can attack them and act like they got a shot and then lose. And this is what happened this time. I'm a big fan of Jeff Jarrett. Ain't he great? But the AEW Trios champions, Daddy Ass and Acclaim, are too over. And I still said they should have never lost the tag team championships. But because they did it, because FTR threw a fit, they rewarded them with the Trios championship. They seem to be very happy about it. They say, hey, we're going to, I tell you what, I know you're upset that y'all lost the other tag team championships for no reason, mind you, other than FTR saying, I'm going back to WWE because I'm not being treated well. And they said, okay, go ahead and do this. We've got big plans for you. We're going to give the Trios championship and give you custom championships, which they did to help make sure that they remain relevant. But the Acclaim is going to take the victory on this one. Dan the Man, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on this match, your thoughts on the winner, your thoughts overall.
I just want to start off with, I love the Acclaim. And I know this is popular with a lot of people, but I think it's one of the stupidest things they have going on right now. I think it's stupid. But
scissoring with little Chris here.
Okay, little Chris. Little Chris is getting violated over here. The Acclaim is going to win. This is a filler match. They're not losing their first defense. Same thing.
All right, Big Daddy Cool, we're on you.
The Acclaim win. And Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman warmed somebody, I think.
FTR and the Young Bucks versus Bullet Club Gold. This was a put-together match. You want to talk about matches that just came out of nowhere, Dan the Man. We'll start with you. What do you think about this match, FTR? And the
I'm really excited about this match. This is the one match.
This is the match you're excited about. Okay.
I am excited for this because you have 8 great talents that are going to put on, I think, a pretty decent show. I think this right here is a prime opportunity for the Bullet Club to come away with a victory and to gain some momentum right here. Because you're not just going to have FTR and Bucks just, oh, here we are. We're so great. We work together. Yeah, it's fun to watch them pair up, but Bullet Club needs this.
Who's turning on who here? I really think somebody's going to turn on somebody. The Bucks and FTR, they can't get it right. I'm going with Dan. Bullet Club Gold wins, but it's because Tweedledee and Tweedledum turn on FTR.
Yeah.
FTR and the Young Bucks picking up the victory for this one. It's just a slow build to have their next match that they're going to have. We will actually talk more about this in the UPR chat room if the polls ever get done. Shout out to David Sanderson for doing his job.
Such a great referee.
Such a great referee. Such a great referee. Such everything. Next match we're going to talk about in this all-out prediction is... I already talked about it.
We already did that.
We already did this one.
Come on, Chris.
Chris Statlander, the aforementioned TBS champion, versus one Ruby Soho for the TBS championship. Big Daddy Cool, Chris Statlander or Ruby Soho?
Well, Ruby's holding an L for a reason, and that's because she's going to be eating this L today. So, listen, we know what's up. Chris Statlander is on the way up, and Ruby Soho is, well, nobody knows. I think the biggest that Ruby Soho felt was when they gave her that vignette that she was leaving WWE, and then she was driving that car. It's unfortunate that we now finally realized that she drove the car to nowhere.
She did. I think there's a prime opportunity for Ruby Soho to shock everyone, and she could use this win, but Statlander's going to win.
Yeah.
Statlander's definitely going to win it. I'm a big Ruby Riott fan, but I just don't see her winning this matchup. Next
Ruby
match,
who? Ruby who?
Ruby Riott. Better than you, baby. The Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Adam Cole, the AEW World Champion, as well as...
Hey, I didn't know the Viking Raiders were on AEW.
Yeah, this is the very smaller version.
MJF and Adam Cole, defend their championships against John Silver and Alex Reynolds of I forgot their name now. What's their faction?
Raiders.
No. The Dark Order?
The Dark Order. Big Daddy Cool. Your thoughts on this match?
Is the real question here is this the main event? What is the main event of this card?
The main event is Mox and OC.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No card ever created needs more CM Punk than this card. And Jesus Christ. Who's going to win this match? It's going to be Adam Cole and the other guy, MJF.
Yeah, the other guy.
MJF. He's only the world champion, right?
Yeah.
Why should I remember him?
Yeah.
Dan the Man, you agree with that? Or is it a chance we see it a turn tonight?
No, we're not seeing a turn tonight. Too soon.
Way to elaborate. Okay, I agree with you. Better than you, baby.
I need to ask a follow-up question. So if now is too soon, when is it not too soon? Like when would be the right time?
I could see Grand Slam. I could see Grand Slam being that a moment because.
So 3 weeks is not too soon, but this is too soon.
I'm saying I could see Grand Slam. I think realistically, Full Gear is probably when you're going to see it.
I was going to ask that next.
But in my honest opinion, I think we have something going on that is. Listen, this match right here, they should not be fighting the Dark Order. This is ridiculous. They're too good to have these guys fighting right now. I Huggy and Reynolds, wonderful, good talents, but come on, why are they fighting the main event from your biggest show you've ever just had? That makes no sense to me. No sense. Like, Tony, what are you thinking in this? What are you thinking? You're throwing people on a show. You're just throwing people on a show because they haven't done anything in a while. Like that's really what this is. Why are we doing this?
That was almost 1 year ago, that meme right there. Better you, baby, definitely picking up the victory on this one. It's not happening tonight. It should be nice if it happened tonight, simply to give that All Out the extra special feel instead of being just a shit show to book. But
don't you think that ultimately?
I don't think so.
The Kingdom is going to be the one that beats them.
I think ultimately it's not going to be the Kingdom that beats them. I think ultimately it's going to be the Kingdom being led by one MJF. Yeah, choke on that.
Justin Palacios is saying, I didn't think the Dark Order was still in the company. Well,
they shouldn't be.
Find out they were.
Look at that.
They should. Next match we're going to talk about is.
Hey, Justina, you know who's not in the company? CM Punk.
All Out, Kenny Omega versus Takeshita. Takeshita. I keep wanting to say Takeshita. Takeshita. This is a grudge match. This is probably
Take a
shit.
This is probably the matchup that has the most build behind it, if you ask me, of every single match on the card. This, if it wasn't for the fact that, oh my god, oh god in heaven, what the hell is that?
I'm sorry, Chris, but this is the greatest build. The build for any AEW main event is like, we used to be best friends, and now we're not best friends. Like everything in AEW is that. MJF and Adam Cole, what is it leading to? We used to be best friends, and now we're not friends. Oh no! Like the real legitimate heat was like putting CM Punk and Jungle Jim in a match and be like, I really want to punch the fucking lights out of you. And instead they fire the guy. And then we got this. Oh, we used to be best friends in Japan. We were so friendly. My manager used to be my man. You were like a dad to me.
Betrayal always leads to the best storylines. Okay, that's just how it is. It always leads to the best storylines because all people who we have one point in time felt betrayed by someone that they felt like would never betray them. And because of that, you empathize with the storyline and you want to see the person get the comeuppance. That is why this match has been done very, very well. Obviously, they think the world of Takeshita. Kenny Omega is their bread and butter. This match, I think, is going to be a very good follow-up match. I see why this could possibly be a main event, even though it's not. But understand that this match is going to do what needs to be done. I see Takeshita taking the L on this one because he pretty much has been kicking Kenny Omega's ass. Kenny Omega picks up the victory. Dan the Man, what you got?
It could go either way, but I think it makes the most sense for Kenny Omega to win. It really does. Are they going to drag out this Don Callis thing anymore? Because where's it going?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you where it's going.
Here we go.
Normally, if Tony Khan is booking this is how tonight's going to go. They build up Don Callis as this guy. I can't stand Kenny Omega. You never appreciated me. Only for what? For him to turn again and join Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega wins because Don Callis turns on.
That's not happening.
That's happening. Why? You forget who's booking this. Never forget. Never forget.
Next match we're going to talk about is a grudge match, so to speak. It's for the TNT Championship. Darby Allin tries to dethrone the TNT Champion Christian via Luchasaurus. Another match that I'm a little bit interested in anticipating. This match, I think Christian's been phenomenal, even though he's not in this matchup. Darby Allin is one of my favorite AEW wrestlers, period. Dan the Man, who do you have walking out TNT champion?
I don't think it's time for Luchasaurus to lose the belt, but Luchasaurus is losing the belt. Darby's going to pick up the W. Darby needs this belt. The TNT title has been very lackluster on Luchasaurus. Christian has definitely elevated it, but Christian is not necessarily the holder of it right now. I think Darby needs this. Darby has all the momentum. It makes total sense to pull the trigger, and we're going to see a title change hands tonight, and this is the only one that we're going to see.
Big Daddy Cool.
My only question about this match is, does Darby Allin, because I've been on vacation. I was camping, and usually when you go camping, there's no Wi-Fi or cell service, so I'm a little out of tune. Does Darby get to use his skateboard or bring it to the ring?
The rules are whatever they deem the rules are.
Okay, so I'm assuming that he's going to use his skateboard to win this match. So Darby Allin's a cheat, by the way. I don't like Darby Allin. He's no good. I don't even understand why people like him so much. I mean, just because he's got a skateboard, like, who cares? Like,
I don't see it.
Everybody loves Darby Allin. Where's this guy? Here he is, half in white face. Okay, if you're into that. And then he's hanging out. Where's his father? Where's Sting? Where's the other guy in white face?
Sting will most likely not be there tonight.
Oh, he'll show up. Don't worry. He'll show up. This card needs so much star power now that CM Punk's gone. Yeah, Sting is showing up.
Sting needs to be there.
If they got to put Sting in a body bag and drag him behind Darby Allin's car.
Sting is still recovering from last week's match.
Which, by the way, was actually pretty good.
He'll be there.
You didn't think that was a good match?
Oh, no, I thought it was the match of the night. I was watching it with you.
Yeah, I know.
said that then. Oh, okay.
Which you over here and I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah, but because you just had to mention that. I take that match. Let's talk about some payback.
That's what you say.
Main event time. Bryan Danielson. No, it's not the main event. Bryan Danielson faces Ricky Starks in a strap match.
Wait, what?
Bryan
this guy had a broken arm. Where did he come
Bryan
from?
got the phone call. Let's be. I'm just going to keep saying.
He got a phone call. What? After
Bryan Danielson got a phone call from Tony Khan
saying we don't have CM Punk.
We don't have CM Punk. We had to fire him. These people are going to go batshit crazy because we're in Chicago. You are bigger than almost any wrestler we have here as far as popularity, including CM Punk. I mean, depending on what city they're in, but including CM Punk, they're not going to shit on your match if you're there.
I'm gonna. Can I start with this? I'm hot.
Be my guest.
Now I'm hot. This is ridiculous. This man's gonna end up with a divorce. Bree is gonna divorce this guy because he's a complete fucking buffoon. This man broke his arm in a match with who was it? Tanahashi?
Yeah,
and Okada. Thank you. The other Japanese legend. Okada broke his arm because he's brittle. The Miz was right about this man. He's got a reckless style and doesn't care for his own. All he wants to do is do all these kind of wacky moves, and he's going to put his broken arm in a strap and be ragdolled around by Ricky Starks. Now, Ricky might take care of him. The guy seems like a safe guy. I'm just saying, this is a real dumb move. He's coming to save the company. What is there to save, really? What are you saving, Daniel? Save yourself, my man. Listen to the Miz. Save yourself.
I actually think this. I don't like how this is thrown together, literally in less than 24 hours. But I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a fun match. I think it would definitely be shocking if Ricky picked up the W, but we know Danielson is going to ultimately prevail in this. I think Starks.
I disagree.
No, the crowd's going to be live tonight. They're going to be hot. But
Chicago has one of the best crowds of any wrestling city in the United States of America.
It is, but I think Starks is the future world champion. And
I disagree.
He may be your first African American world champion.
Only if he gains 20 or 30 pounds.
Unnecessary.
You're talking about AEW. We're not talking about WWE, Chris.
Ricky Starks I can't take him seriously if he's the champion looking like that.
I'm sorry, Chris. Adam Cole is wrestling for the AEW world title.
I'm trying to figure this out right now because at MJF, Adam Cole,
MJF has gotten himself in much decent shape as opposed to when he was at MLW.
You out of your mind, right? Who's in better shape right now, Ricky Starks or Adam Cole?
I said MJF. As far as Adam Cole, Adam Cole is more believable to me for some reason. I don't know. It's his mic skills. He's more. I believe him when he talks like that. I can't. Ricky Starks in the ring with somebody like let's say I don't know, Karrion Kross, and he's talking crap to him. I don't believe he's beating Karrion Kross. I don't get that from him, but I can get that from Adam Cole, baby.
Whoa! What?
I can. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I can see why somebody's looking like, really, Chris? I get it. But for some reason, when Adam Cole talks, he's much more believable and intimidating to me as a wrestler than Ricky Starks. And I like Ricky Starks. I'm a fan of Ricky Starks, but he's not a world champion to me.
He is absolute.
He's absolutely an international champion.
No, he is absolutely a future world champion.
We'll see.
We will. Go on,
Main event time for the AEW International Championship. And this is not the main event. AEW is stupid, and I will turn it off, even though I'm not ordering it. Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. I believe, and I'm going to say this, Orange Cassidy is arguably my favorite wrestler in AEW right now. And I see him win the world title before Ricky Starks. But I believe today is the day that Jon Moxley takes that championship away from one Orange Cassidy. I'm sad about it, but I think that's the only way you can go from here. Big Daddy Cool, your thoughts?
I'll never pick Jon Moxley for any kind of match. I want to see this man lose every single match for the rest of his life. He's a bum. He's garbage. His style of wrestling, he wants to make it seem like this is an homage to Extreme Championship Wrestling or or Chikara or whatever it is, all this other shit, it's nonsense. He wants to come in with a kitchen sink and work one style and one style only. It's no wonder to me that Brock Lesnar told him to get the fuck out of his ring. And this man, go play in the mud. Go play in the mud. Who's he fighting? It doesn't matter. Anybody but Moxley. I can't believe I picked Pockets over this guy.
It's a good prediction.
His name is Orange Cassidy.
Pockets.
Nah, OC, I mean, I think this would be the biggest win of his career. I thought the biggest win was a couple of years ago against Jericho. This would be a launching pad for him to be main event. I don't think Mox needs this win, but I think they might extend this out. I think Mox might pick this up.
Lori just joined. She wants to know, why fire CM Punk and not Perry?
Orange Cassidy definitely is going to lose. They've been building this up because he keeps getting, it's like, hey, you're almost up there in the rope. You can tell you're just hurt. You're hurt. You get another injury every single match. It just makes sense for him to lose. As far as why fire CM Punk and not Perry, because CM Punk was the person that everybody came up to Tony Khan. Not everybody, but a lot of people came up to Tony Khan and said, look, either he goes or we're walking. He is a cancer backstage. He's a detriment to what we're doing, and we just do not want to work in this type of environment. And that's just how it is.
Hold up. You know what I got a problem with that definition?
We have 7 minutes.
You got John Moxley that is an endangerment to professional wrestling. Every time he walks into a ring, he's endangering his opponent and honestly the audience, because I feel like I'm catching a disease whenever I watch him wrestle. With the what is he poking in his head now? Straws? What is this? What is this nonsense? Did you know?
Sorry, I'm allergic to your bullshit.
This is ridiculous.
Skewers.
That was ridiculous.
I hate John Moxley. I hate him. Thank you.
Anyway, that's why you fired CM Punk. So CM Punk was terminated, and it's a sad day in wrestling because CM Punk is a very polarizing, captivating figure. However, at the end of the day, he has caused nothing but trouble coming back, whether it was his intention or not. And just like in WWE, in my opinion, I think it's his own ego, which is his biggest worst enemy. He can go down as arguably one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, because he was always that good. But because he knew how good he was and he let it be known, and without any kind of regards for anybody that's around him, it caused his detriment in WWE and honestly, so to speak, in AEW. And I even dare say UFC, because I think him being UFC made it worse for him in going to AEW, because he did all that training for MMA for years before losing twice, but he still could say, hey, I compete in UFC, got my ass kicked, but I compete in UFC. So he went back there amongst all those people and said, I will beat everybody's ass here. That's how good I am. And unfortunately, that's what caused his downfall. That and Tony Khan constantly, just cradling him, saying, "Hey, you're my man. You're going to take us to the next level." Because I still believe CM Punk's the reason Cody Rhodes went to WWE. I honestly believe that. You cannot convince me of anything different. Cody Rhodes wanted CM Punk money. Tony Khan said, "I'm not giving you CM Punk money," and Cody Rhodes said, "Okay, I know my worth." That's what the phrase is for the 2020s. I know my worth. I'm going to go.
Yep.
Sasha Banks is going to be the biggest star in that company in a couple months.
I would agree with that, and I think Sasha
Banks
might even be there tonight.
Yes, but Sasha Banks can't wrestle. But yes,
she cannot. She cannot.
But
you need. I think you need a big return or debut to save this show.
No, you don't. There's no saving this show. It's AEW. This is turning into late stage WCW.
He's too big for NXT.
No, you know what? This will be. I know we're running up on time. I really hope this is not the end of CM Punk in wrestling, and I really hope that this man appreciates what he had in WWE. Despite his run-in with Vince McMahon, he had a legendary run in WWE. This man was in the ring. Now, granted, he didn't main event WrestleMania, but he was in the ring with The Rock, John Cena. Memorable angles. Memorable. They sold so much fucking merch. They made so much fucking money. And this man ends his career to fucking Jungle Jim Perry. Jungle Jim.
No, he ended his career to Samoa Joe.
And
listen, no one's gonna remember that match. No one. They're gonna remember him putting Jungle Jim in a headlock and getting fired for that.
All right, can we be real? First of all, his name is Jack Perry, right? His name is Jack Perry.
Yep.
His
not
name
Jungle
is
Jim.
Vanilla Midget.
I don't think Punk wrestles again.
I don't need him to wrestle. He can show up to WWE and be a commentator for the rest of his life. I just hope this is not the way he goes out.
I don't see him in
WWE.
I don't see WWE.
I see him making the acquisition. I don't see. First of all, not with Triple H in charge. Vince will go ahead and say, "I'll do what's best for business."
Yep.
But with Triple H, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because if you do sign CM Punk, it's just because one, you want to slap AEW in the face, which you really don't have to, No. And I'm not saying anything against AEW because I'm a lot bigger a fan than I used to be. But you're still not competition to WWE, so you don't really need that slap in the face to AEW. But you also had some kind of cause of, hey, look, this first sign of trouble, you're gone. We will bury the hell out of you. We will create a rise and fall of CM Punk DVD, and you'll be gone. Like that. That's the provision I will have because he is a little bit of a toxic cancer.
Yeah, he's kind of a diva. Let's be honest.
It's better for him to go back to WWE and put somebody over like a Braun Breaker. LA Knight he's gonna miss his boat, but imagine that. Imagine that. That's the way you want to go out. Not this. Not this. Please, Phil. Not this.
Him and Triple H are cool. That's okay. WWE just re-signed Kyrie saying that is a rumor that has not been confirmed. I don't know what it has to do with anything right now, George, but thank you so much for telling us that. But
he misses the flute.
Okay. Immediately after this episode, we're going to be talking about WWE Payback. Remember, this is a big week in wrestling as far as All In this past Sunday. Payback, and then last night, and then tonight, All Out. Payback was actually pretty good, and we're going to discuss it, myself as well as Mike Knox, and maybe Steve and Willie Beeman will show up. Who knows? But we're going to talk a little Payback immediately after this episode. AEW All Out tonight. Looking forward to that. Won't do a live stream, but we will be having a review show sometime within the 24-hour. Tony finally grew some balls and let go of CM Punk. Actually, no, he let him go via mail because he didn't want to see the front of his face because Tony feared for his life. He feared for his life.
Do we need to check if he was getting married last night? Was Punk getting married yesterday? Do we need to check?
Jeez.
Got fired twice in the mail.
AJ Styles was a lock was showing up sometime in the next year, but not anymore.
This man got fired twice in the mail.
You can tell your father that I'm going to veto that decision by Willie. But anyway, so Dan, you have anything else for us? And take yourself off of caps lock. Nobody needs you yelling.
I think at the end of the day, this is going to be a defining moment for AEW tonight to see how they can rebound. This could either be the fall, the rise or the fall of AEW tonight. So
tired. That was his mom in the background. Relax. So tired, WWE cheating. That's why I'm beginning to be an AEW fan. Friggin' Judgment Day BS. Hey, discuss it with us on Unpopular Review Wrestling.
I want to say, Dan. I know. Sorry, I'm stepping on your end. It was a pleasure working with you, Dan. And I look forward to working with you more. And I really loved you in Lincoln Park.
Oh, jeez. You're a funny ass guy.
He's the punchline of UPR. You can catch, actually, I don't know. Because cool here's the funny thing. Impact Wrestling review show is actually about to probably go bye-bye. But we'll discuss that later this week. But if it's not going bye-bye, you'll see Dan the Man on every single
one. Everybody getting fired.
There's more on this later. So anyway, for Big Daddy Cool, for Dan the Man, I'm the Executive Consultant. Thank you so much for watching us here. See you for AEW All Out tonight. Have a good night.
Take care.
Scissoring Little Chris.